continuing with the talks, and today I'm gonna be talking about the person you become after the fire. When we go into the fire, it's normally something that you do out of faith. Believing for something will make you go through the fire, because to get that something, you have to turn into the person to obtain it. So in that process of turning into the person to obtain that goal, that achievement, the thing that you're working towards and all that, and now I want to emphasize on the person you become after the fire and how you embrace the fire. When we're going through the fire, if you take your mind off of the vision, the goal, and you look around, you're going to start seeing limitations. Your surroundings might end up looking like limitations, and those limitations might breed into your mind, your heart, doubt. Now, this is also coming from a point of when you're following Christ, and Christ gives you a goal, a vision in your mind, a promise, and he tells you to do something. If you remove your eyes away from him and start looking around, you're going to start seeing limitations instead of seeing opportunities. Because when you're looking at Christ, everything, it's like he works everything together for good. So everything ends up looking like an opportunity. You start becoming the resource of him as a source. You start seeing everything as a resource, something that you can see, because you're getting everything from the source, which is him. And furthering that, the person you become after the fire, you become a very resourceful person. You start seeing opportunities where people see limitations. You start seeing potential where people see nothing. You start building, you become a builder. And when you get out of the fire, you start looking like the fire. It's like when you start looking like the fire, you yourself become refining. That's why I'm saying you end up seeing opportunities where people see nothing. Alright, if that thing goes through the fire, it can shine like diamond. People be like, nah, that's dirty. You be like, nah, I can take that rock, burn it up, and turn it into a diamond. That's how leaders are made. This is how leaders carve up people. Leaders see potential where people see nothing. You know what I mean? When something's broken, they see a potential of something great. When you get out of the fire, you become resourceful yourself. You know how to use resources. You know how to be useful. And when you go through the fire, it exposes your neglect to yourself. It exposes your flaws. But it's not to bring you down, but to make corrections. And I'm talking about the fire of going through life with Jesus Christ is going to expose you to you. And when he exposes you to you, it gets to a point that if you say no to what he exposes you to, then you're defeating the purpose. You're going to get sieved out like dough. When you put dough on a sieve and it just goes, you're going to get sieved out like that. Accepting what he tells you and running with it. You go inside the fire willingly. You get refined willingly. That's another one. Getting refined willingly. So I'm speaking like this because for me, it's beginning to feel like when you shine, you begin to make everybody else shine. That's how you know you've been through the fire, because you start to resemble the fire you've been through. When you go through the fire, you start to shine and you are able to make other people shine. You know it's a real shine when it makes other people shine. And embrace the fire, man. Embrace the fire. Don't neglect your pruning. Don't neglect let us not neglect our refining. Gold is refined 7 times. It goes through the fire 7 times. That process of refining gold goes through the fire 7 times. And by the time it's done, the goldsmith, the gold person, ends up seeing his image. And it's like when you're going through the fire of God, the fire of Christ, your life ends up beginning to resemble him, because he's carving you into his image. He made you in his image. So all those excess things that have been distorting his image, he cuts it out in the fire. He cuts it out in the fire. And if you fake, you're going to get burned out by the fire. But if you're really real and you really have given yourself unto him as a sacrifice, man, I'm telling you, when you come out that fire, you go shine. You're bound to shine. Bound to shine. But you won't just shine, you're gonna make other people shine. I'm speaking like this because the fire is painful, bro. The Fire is painful. It's painful. Going through the fire is painful. And when you're going through the fire, you take your eyes off Christ. You take your eyes off the goal, the vision. You allow discouragement. A preacher at church today was talking about that we have to protect our hearts from discouragement. And how you do that, you focus on Christ. You focus on the vision. You focus on Him. You focus on the truth. Yo, I see this might be the current reality right now, but I got a greater vision in mind. I know what God showed me, and I'm fixing my mind on that. And when you fix your mind on that, you go through such a fire that prepares you for the manifestation of the vision in Christ. It's just a whole different ball game when you get out of the fire. Your mind is clearer. You know how to see opportunities. You know how to seek it out. It's a whole different ball game. And I just want to embrace the fire, man. Just embrace the fire. Because when you get out of the fire, people are going to embrace you like the fire. They're going to embrace you the way you embrace the fire. Who are you becoming? Ask yourself, who are you becoming through the fire? Who are you becoming inside the fire? And who will you become after the fire? Because I can tell you won't be the same person. I cannot imagine. I've never imagined myself the way I am right now. Like, I've never thought my bicep would look like that. I never thought my life would be the way it is. I never thought. I had a vision, but I didn't know the process it would take, and I didn't know how much it would take out of me to be who I need to be in this earthly place. I didn't know how much it would take. As I'm here right now, mentally, I look back and I get grateful. I thank God for the pain He put me through. I'm grateful for that pain. I'm grateful for it, because I wouldn't be thinking the way I do right now if He didn't allow that to happen. The devil thought he was catching me out. He didn't know that it was hardening me, just like a diamond gets hardened. And who are you becoming in the fire? Are you willing to endure through the fire? Because if you don't endure through the fire will consume you and will consume you. So how about this? Are you embracing the fire?